This one is going to be about how can you make peace with the fact that you're going to die. A lot of people don't think about it. Most religions don't think about it. Most cults don't think about it, especially the atheists. They couldn't care less. They just go about their lives, and they've segregated themselves from old people. You know, so young people are actually afraid of old people. Yes, I was talking the other day with someone who works in the field, and they were saying kids nowadays they are afraid of old people. I'm like, why? They never seen one close by. So when they look at them, they are afraid of them. It's not a germophobic thing. No, it's purely ignorance. That they think I don't know. It's some sort of new species or something. I don't know. It's not germophobia, but at least. Ugh. Anyway, all right. So the title of this chapter is called Ancient Practices of Wisdom. I'm gonna read and comment here and there. So, contrary to current opinion expressed by rationalist dogma, which holds that ancient philosophy is an exclusive intellectual, theoretical, system building, or system demolishing activity. Recent investigations are able to show that it consists primarily in contemplation of cosmic beauties and noetic archetypes of being, as well as in fulfillment of the telos, the fulfillment of wisdom, which is present in the human soul. As Mr. C.H. Evangeliou expresses, for Plato and Aristotle, the genuine Hellenic philosopher is most beloved of the Hellenic gods. The Hellenic philosopher was considered a god. This author cites the assertion made by Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan that the Upanishads speaks to us of the way in which the individual self gets at the ultimate reality by an inward journey, an inward ascent. This is very important. You see, philosophizing is walking with the gods, literally. It is. And pagans of once upon a time, whenever they recognized a philosopher, they would consider them as a god. Because only gods are immortal, you see. Only gods are immortal. So when Radhakrishna, speaks about the Upanishads, saying it's an inward journey, kind of remind me of the 4 steps. I was thinking about this, the 4 steps of awakening. Sometimes the first step is when you notice something is wrong, something is off, and you decide to investigate, right? That's the first step. The second step is that you really find out that most conspiracies are actually true, and you try to warn others, hey man, something really is going on. Then they push you away. They're like, get away from me. And you're like, well, hold on. Why is this happening? The third stage is when you realize that you can't do anything to change anyone. You can't. Everybody is in their own journey, you see. You can't change the world. The world is the way it is for a reason. Why? What is that reason? So that some individuals may walk with the gods. So that some elevate and walk with the gods. It's an inner ascent. So the fourth stage is when you tried everything and you decide, you know what? This is an inward journey. Yes? This is an inward ascent. You can't polish the world. You can't change the material world. You can't change anything. It is a journey within that you're going to embark. And this is wisdom. This is philosophy. It's an inner journey. Hey, if you find someone along the way that shares the same worldview, lucky you, you know. Now with the internet, we can find each other a lot more easier. A long time ago, you had to travel, continents to meet philosophers, you know. So A.H. Armstrong also insists that for ancient philosophers, philosophy is a preparation for death, was an extremely demanding way of life requiring the intense study of the whole of reality, not simply the scientific material understanding of things. Philosophy is concerned not only with the human well being, but with the search for soul transforming wisdom. For Plotinus, this means to recover the soul's ancient state. So, philosophers all agreed that it was a preparation for death. You have to make peace with it as early as possible. Otherwise, will come, after you this doubt, this, worry, when you get caught off guard and you haven't prepared, I was looking to this woman. She was playing the piano in some orchestra, and the guy who, the boss of the orchestra, made it on purpose to change the piece. So when it was her turn to play, she was like, "Oh man, this is not the script I studied." She was like, "What? I can't play. What are you doing? This is not the script I studied. I studied the other piece, and now you guys are playing something else." And the guy knew, he was pranking her, but he was smiling and making her gestures and everything. And she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna give it a go, but I don't promise anything," and started playing along with everybody else. You see, she was caught off guard. She didn't prepare and panicked. It's a really horrible situation, isn't it? So it is the same as to be illuminated by the truth from the good, which radiates truth over all the intelligibles. The soul, purified and cleansed by philosophy, resembles living gold. The soul does not make it clear that its evils are external accretions to the soul and come from elsewhere. You see, the soul is unassailable. Evils cannot touch it. But that when it is purified, the best things are present in it, wisdom and all the rest of virtue, and are its own. If then the soul is something of this kind, when it goes up again to itself, it must surely belong to that nature which we assert is that of the old, of the divine and eternal. For wisdom and true virtue are divine things, and could not occur in some trivial mortal being. But something of such a kind must be divine, since it has a share in divine things through the kinship and consubstantiality. Consubstantiality. I have to look this one up, but I think one can't exist without the other. There's a mutual, a mutual thing that is going on, and one can't exist without the other. So that's, I think, what it means, consubstantiality. Anyway, I think I'm gonna stop reading, otherwise this is gonna be too long. Oh yeah, I might read just a little bit because of the modern specialists. You see, what you know nowadays as philosophia is not philosophia at all, because philosophia is what? An inner journey to prepare you for what? You know? The love of wisdom is an art of loving, seeing, understanding, and living, not simply of constructing a technical jargon reserved to specialists. It is a method of purification and spiritual ascent which demands a radical transformation of one's thought an existence in order to reach the telos or the wisdom. And the real wisdom does not merely cause us to know discursively, it makes us be in a different way by uniting knowledge and being. However, our position, which recognizes the universality of human love and longing for wisdom, itself constitutes one of many possible philosophical perspectives, which are not limited to spurious postmodern fiction. Therefore, the widened application of the term philosophy is approved despite the negative attitude and scorn of those modern thinkers who themselves usurp the right meaning of the term, claiming it exclusively to their narrow, one sided view. And in many cases, the opinions of the ancients provide considerable support for our perspective. You see, philosophy of the past, it was all about the inner journey, not only to explain the material world, but it also went into the noetic world and prepare us for what comes after death. Because life, I mean, death is not the opposite of life, it's just the end of life. So, you know, what makes you think these are words from another philosopher? What makes you think you are that which dies? You know, you just go from one mode to another mode, from the state of being to non-being. So anyway, have a nice day.